Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, today we're going over Flipping 101. This is the business that I've been doing for the last 2 years. I just want to go over everything that I've learned about the business to try and help you improve the speed that you get to the same level as me, or just improve your own level in the business. It's a super easy business to do. You buy low, you sell high, it's used goods, but there's a lot of little things that if you know, it'll save you a lot of time if you're going to do this seriously, and you can make more money. I say Gary V stock because I learned it from Gary V. He just said go buy things low and sell them higher for used goods. So that's what I've been doing. Should you get into flipping? Pros and cons. So first off, flexible schedule. That's probably the greatest thing about having your own business in general is a flexible schedule. Also, though, it does come with some cons because you need to be accountable to yourself, and if you don't work, you don't get paid. Effort equals pay. That kind of goes into the second point, where the more effort you put into the business, the more money you're going to get out of it. That's a great thing in a sense because you have more incentive to actually work hard, and if you want to work hard, then you're going to get rewarded for it. You can make a lot of money. You can do it full-time or part-time. Obviously, full-time, you're going to be able to make more money with it. It's a low-risk business. You really don't need to put a lot of money into it. The great thing is, like, it's an amazing business model compared to a lot of other ones in terms of how much money you have to invest into it initially. You really don't need to put a lot in. I started, and well, to be honest, I started the business and I was $2,000 in debt. I made $50 or $40 profit on my first sale, and after that, I just went further into debt, another $3,000, bought a ton of stuff, and then sold all of that within a few months and made the money back, and then was no longer in debt. But whenever I started, like I could have started with one item, spent $100, made 150 back, then use that 150 to reinvest, and then sold it, reinvest, sold it. So you don't have to spend a lot of money, and like if you lose $100, you lose $100. People spend $100 on a pair of shoes. Why would you not spend $100 trying to build a business? Cons. You always need to be messaging people. This is something that does kind of suck. You got to be on Facebook Marketplace, Kijiji, eBay. You got people all day long asking you questions about things. You got to set up times for deals. You got to set up times to go pick up items. It's a low cash flow business. If you want to grow the business, you want to just reinvest everything you get into the business, into new inventory, into new items. So you're not going to have a lot of cash flow, but that's okay because it's a business at the end of the day, and that's just the way it goes. And when you do want to sell, you make more money. Hard to outsource all jobs. You can outsource literally everything, but it's not very easy because of the way that everything's structured. If you are going out and picking up deals, it's hard to get someone to go pick up the same deals or look for the deals and then not just want to do the same thing themselves. So you get to split up all the different aspects of the business to specific people so that one person can't just learn the whole business and then go do it themselves, because then why would they work for you? Hard to outsource all jobs. Sorry, I just said that. Deal with annoying people. There's a lot of annoying people on Facebook Marketplace and Kijiji that you deal with, and that's just part of the business. You got people lowballing you, people wasting your time, you got people sending you stupid messages. I've had so many very interesting conversations, even in person. I've had interesting people, but that's just, again, the way of the business. And I'd say it's hard to scale past 10K a month. Now, if you are outsourcing everything you can, I'm sure you can get past 10K and it won't be that hard. But until you can outsource a bunch of stuff and really scale things up, I think by yourself, it's hard to get past 10K. What do you need to successfully flip? So the mindset, you got to be comfortable with negotiating with strangers. I say this, but at the same time, like, if you're not, you just get better at it, suck it up. It's not that big of a deal. You're meeting new people. Honestly, if you're scared to go talk to strangers, then you should probably do this anyways, because this is an opportunity for you to overcome that and get better at that. Quick to make decisions. You have to see a deal and you have to know right away, like, are you going to buy? Are you not? Are you going to send a message? Are you not? Especially if you want to make a lot of money and you're in an environment where there's a lot of people who are doing the same thing, because there is a lot of people who are doing the same thing. You have to be on the ball, like, right away. Like, if you see a deal, it was posted 4 minutes ago, you want to message them right away if it's a good deal, because it's probably going to be gone within 3-4 minutes after that, if it's not already gone. Like, again, it depends on where you are and how popular your marketplace is in your neighborhood and how many people are doing it. But I've lost deals where I've seen it literally posted 5 minutes ago. I messaged them and it's already sold. So if it's a good deal, it won't last. Medium to high risk tolerance. So I said low tolerance before, but at the same time, you need to deal with risk in the sense of, Say, for example, you buy a PlayStation 4 and the disk drive is broken. You either knew that before or maybe you didn't, maybe you got scammed. Both situations are common. If you are willing to, you should take it apart and try and fix it yourself. Now, if you're low risk, you're going to think, well, I don't want to open it up. I may break it. If I break it, I'm going to lose that money. But that's a situation where you're learning. You're going to open it up. You're going to try and fix it. Even if you break it, you're probably going to learn something. And chances are, if you do it again next time, you're not going to make the same mistake and you're not going to break it. And if you do break it, it's $100. Who cares? Go buy another one. Go make $50. Go buy another one. Make $50. Boom. Your $100 is back. And now you have the new knowledge of how not to break it next time. Hopefully. Firm when needed. You got people who are going to be trying to negotiate lower prices on everything with you. They're going to try and negotiate over the text. They're also going to try and negotiate in person sometimes for a lower price. And sometimes you need to be firm about your price. Supplies. Level 1 is a phone plus internet. Honestly, you can do this, but it's going to be really difficult to build up the business well if you don't have a car. Level 2 is a car plus cash/credit. This is my old car here. I had a little Nissan I was whipping around. If you have a car that's good on gas, obviously much better. I now have a truck, so flipping things is not nearly as profitable, but I'm no longer actually doing any of the deliveries or the drivers, so that doesn't matter for me. But if you have a car, it's very beneficial because you need to be able to get out and get to the deal ASAP. Otherwise, somebody else is going to go and pick it up. Also, it would just be annoying having to take the bus or walk or take the train or whatever it is every time you want to pick up a deal. And if you want to make sales and people can't pick it up, sometimes you want to deliver, sometimes you want to charge extra for delivery, sometimes you don't. If you don't have a car, again, going to be harder. Part-time versus full-time. So part-time, I'd say it's pretty easy to hit 1 to 2K a month. It won't take you a lot of time. It's good because it allows you to season your eBay account. When you start off on eBay, you can only sell 10 items per month. So you want to slowly build up your account. You send out 10 items that month. eBay will look at them, see how you did. Did your items get there? Did they get there on time? Was there any issues? Were the items broken? Were the customers happy? If everything looks good, they'll give you 20 items a month. And then you can build up slowly from there. It is exponential, so, once you get to like 100 a month, it'll go to 1,000 a month in like another month. I'd say after like 7-8 months of consistent sales, you should be able to have like basically unlimited listings. I say unlimited, but like you're probably not going to have over 2,000, 3,000 listings. Full-time allows access to amazing deals. The thing is, if you're part-time and you're working another job, it's going to be hard for you to go out and get all the really good deals because you need to be there ASAP, like I was saying. But if you're doing this full-time, you have the freedom and the flexibility to go and pick up that item as soon as you see the deal. Can decrease shipping times. If you're working full-time, you can do 2 or 3 days a week where you're shipping out. That'll decrease your shipping times on eBay, and that'll allow you to get more sales for your items because people will see that your items are going to get there faster. Can scale up to 10K a month. So I'd say once you're working full-time, you're doing this full-time, 10K a month is a pretty reasonable number to hit. If you're really, really grinding, it's going to be a lot of work, mind you, and obviously it's dependent on what niche you're in, how much capital you have to use, but I'd say scaling up to 10K a month is very, very doable. eBay is a snowball effect. So the thing with eBay is if you want to make sales, you need consistent new inventory coming in. You can't have 10 items listed 1 month and just expect them to sell the next 2-3 months because eBay won't show your items unless you're posting new stuff to kind of push those old items. They'll also push the new items, but it's like the more you post, the more your items will get seen on eBay, and that's just the way it is. So if you're doing it full-time, you have more items coming in, you're going to also make more sales. What should you flip? So you want to find your niche. You want to find the thing that interests you, you already know a lot about, and that's going to help you a lot in the beginning. You don't need to do something that you have an interest in. You could do a lot of research online, watch YouTube videos, and you could just study the market and figure out what things go for, even if you're not interested. But what I found for me too is there was things when I was starting off, like computers, for example. I'm a bit of a computer geek and laptops and headphones and all kinds of things like that. So I would just buy things that I genuinely was interested in. I would buy them for myself, and I would use them while I had them, and then as soon as I would sell them, I'd sell them, and then I go out and buy another one. And I just kept doing this. I had so many gaming laptops and PCs that I don't even know the number, but like tons of them. And I got to use them for a little bit, and then I sold them, and I made profit off it. And because I cared about it, I was more driven to go and find another one, especially if I was using it and then I sold my gaming laptop and I was like, well, shoot, now I don't have a gaming laptop, so I want another one. So then I would have more motivation to go and negotiate and try and find another one. What's the demand like? Are a lot of people searching for this item? Is it not so much? You want to find something that's going to sell quickly so you can make more money quickly. How flexible are people on the price? For example, I've noticed people with cell phones usually aren't very flexible on the price, but people with old video games are much more flexible on the price. A few examples: musical instruments, computers, video games, cell phones, headphones, furniture, vacuum cleaners, bikes, scooters, skateboards, sports equipment. Where do I find items? So Facebook Marketplace has a lot of people, and that is good and bad. It's good because obviously there's going to be more items for you to see. It's bad because there's more competition. It's good to help find real prices on items. Because it's such a big market, it's more accurate in terms of the sale price. Kijiji, there's less people, but I usually find I get better deals on Kijiji. Another pro of Kijiji is you can set up automatic alerts with a phone app. I forget the name. It's something classified. It's only on Android from what I'm aware of. Maybe there's one on iPhone as well. But you just type in, the thing that you want to search up. Say it's MacBook. You put MacBook in the search, and as soon as somebody posts a MacBook, your phone will give you an alert. You can check it out. And that has made me a lot of money because you're first to see the deal, or you're one of the first ones to see it. So thrift stores, these can be very hit or miss, but I've had some of my best deals at thrift stores in terms of profit percentage. Very hit or miss. Sometimes I'd walk in, I wouldn't find anything. Sometimes I'd walk in, I get $300 profit. Usually big profit margins when you do. I found, for example, my best item was a $3 coffee machine I then sold for $100. Auction sites are another good example. You can get good deals here. Shipping can be expensive. If you can pick it up in person, probably better. Personally, I haven't done auction sites, but I think it's definitely something that you could look into. Where do I sell items? Facebook Marketplace, Kijiji, and eBay. Facebook, lots of interest. You can easily repost. Once a week, you can do a repost on there. Kijiji, there's less interest, but people are usually more serious buyers. I've found on Facebook Marketplace, a lot of people will waste your time. They'll try to negotiate or lowball and give you crazy offers or just ask stupid questions. Kijiji, that happens a lot less frequently. Kijiji, there is a auto reposter Google Chrome extension you can use. The thing with that, it's now paid. It used to be free, so it's not ideal. You could also just hire someone from the Philippines or India or some kind of third world country, and it's usually $3, $4, $5 an hour to get them to do things for you, and you could have them repost your items on Kijiji or Facebook. That's what I currently do. eBay, where you stand out from others. So I've talked to a lot of other people who do the same thing as me, just from buying. I'd buy things from them, or sometimes they buy things from me locally in person. And I would notice that they were doing the same thing. They were also flipping. And I would just ask them questions, and a lot of them don't use eBay. Actually, I don't think any of them that I talk to use eBay. And eBay makes you stand out. eBay is a great way to make extra money. Obviously, it's the biggest market. You can target the whole world if you want. I personally would only do Canada and the United States, but there's also higher fees. So, there's pros and cons to all of it, but eBay definitely will make you stand out. It's going to give you a huge advantage on anybody else who's doing buying and selling. It can be a headache. You got to deal with returns. You got to deal with broken items, shipments. There's a lot of extra steps to it. It does start slow. Like I said before, you can only post 10 items per month. Requires packing and shipping. That's just part of the deal. You got to buy packing materials, you got to ship things out, label printers, all that kind of stuff. But you will make way more money with eBay. And the main reason for that, the main reason you'll make more money with eBay is because eBay allows you to sell little items, weird items that people aren't going to pay a lot for locally, but people will pay a lot for around the United States, around Canada. Somebody will pay a higher price for certain little small items. So that's where the benefits of eBay really stand out. Now, that's really it for this video. I'm going to go over all the different tips and techniques that I've learned, like I said, in the videos after this. But if you do want to make some extra money, or you want to start your own business, I think this is a great business to start. It gets you in your foot in the door in business, being your own business owner, having, a schedule of things you have to do, having sometimes people work for you, and it's really easy. It's really simple. It doesn't take a lot of hard work. You don't need to be a genius to do it. And I'm also going to help you along the process and give you all the tips and things that I've learned. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.